It's good, we back, baby. You already know who it is, man. And this is what happened to him. On What Happened To, we talk about everything, everybody. We try to find out what happened to some of the older people, you know what I mean? The people we used to listen to, we used to vibe to, we used to rock with. And today, we're going to speak about a specific person, you know what I mean? Somebody from back in the day. Now, before your mama was your mama, she used to do the chicken head. I'm just going to let you know it. If you don't know what the chicken head is, go Google the chicken head. This man right here made the chicken head so popular, man. And this guy today, and we're going to be talking about what happened to Chingy. He got his start in 2002. You know, he started as Nelly's opening act, and which is crazy. We're going to get back to that because they had a wild past as well. Okay, so Chingy, born Howard Bailey Jr., he's out of St. Louis. If you never heard of him, man, he was fire back in the day. I mean, he had some hot hits. I'm talking about with Tyrese. Every time I try to leave, something keep pulling me back. That was the shit, man. He even had a dude who played Simba, Jay Weave, back in the day. They had a joint called, what was it? One Call Away. One Call Away was fire. I'm talking, everybody know the right there. You know your mom was doing the chicken head back in the day. But yo, he was fire. I'm talking about he had TV cameos. He was acting in movies. I'm talking about he even had a song that was in Need for Speed back in the day. Y'all remember Need for Speed? And man, what happened to this nigga? What happened to this nigga? So I got the information. Got all the deets, and we found out what happened to my boy Chingy. I mean, his first 2 albums went platinum. The nigga was still making great music. Like I said, him and Tyrese had the joint back in the day. That was after the first 2 albums. He was still doing his thing. So what happened? Him and Nelly got into some beef, which is crazy because they both from St. Louis. You know his nigga from home. It only can be one. So him and Nelly, like I said, he started out as Nelly's opening act. Then he got signed to DTP with Ludacris. And that just erupted his career. I mean, he was working with Jermaine Dupri. He was working with all different kinds of people. I mean, he was on top of the world. I mean, my sister was in love with this nigga, Adrian, you know what I'm talking about. But he was fired. Everything changed because he was feeling like Nelly wasn't giving him the type of amplification that he needed when he was on tour with him. And that's why nigga decided, okay, he gonna sign with DTP. He ain't signed with Nelly, you know what I mean? He ain't rock with bruh like that. And that started the feuds between them. He thought Nelly was talking shit about him in a joint. Then after that, he went and made a joint about Nelly, and everything just kept increasing and increasing. Shit, they even said Bow Wow had something to do with them boys getting back together after time. But when you pick against the man, both of them was the man at the time. I can't lie, but Nelly, come on, Nelly. Nelly was Nelly, man. Niggas had the eye patch and everything. He wasn't doing the chicken head, but niggas doing the eye. He was doing the eye patch though. So from there, he also had some crazy stuff happen with some. We just gonna call them allegations, man. We just gonna call them allegations. If you know, you know. There was some things that happened between him and somebody in the LGBT community. And those things, hip-hop wasn't really inclusive at the time. Hip-hop wasn't really inclusive at the time. They weren't accepting of a lot of people. And not to say that these allegations were true, but they affected his career. And once they did the damage, I mean, shit, the damage was done. Honestly. And it changed the course of his career. People weren't rocking with him the same. Things weren't going the same way for him. And he actually became a Hebrew Israelite. And still dropped some more shit. Like, he was still dropping music. I mean, even throughout the years, he's still been dropping music. And in fact, he just had a new album come out called Chinglish. Actually, I think like last year or something like that. So he's still doing his thing. That's the funny thing. I had to go look him up on Instagram and shit. And he really hasn't changed. I mean, look at the picture of him. He really has not changed over the years. So I guess minding your business really do keep you young, man. Mind your business. You look like you did. Back to you, Wildflower.
And we're back. Let's get to these new releases. First up is Cardi B and Offset. Okay, so when I first saw the ad for this song, I just felt like I wasn't gonna like it. And then when I watched the video, it was already starting off wrong for me. I know I'm being a little hard, but lately I just don't like all that toxic shit. But I continued to watch, and you know what? My feelings changed very abruptly. The beat came on and Offset came on and went off. I love the way that he sounded in this song, his flow and everything on the beat, and I love his hair.
What's good, Wildflower? What's good, everybody out there? It is your favorite hip-hop historian, Kid Poetry. If you ain't know, it's me, and we are back with another one of our What Happened To's. And y'all already know what we do on What Happened To. We go back and we find out what the hell happened to one of our favorite artists out there. And today we got somebody real special for y'all. I'm taking it to one of T.I. earlier artists, you know what I mean? I wanted to know what the hell happened, because I think this dude could have been one of the best in the game at this time, but I feel like the industry and shit kind of, you know what I mean, situated him a certain way, and a couple other things didn't go his way. But today, we're talking about a very special person, and that person is B.o.B. Alright, so let's dive into it. B.o.B, born Bobby Ray Simmons Jr., was born in, I want to say Winston-Salem, North Carolina or some shit. But he was raised in Decatur. We all know him as an Atlanta artist. So, boy, I'm going to take you back. Think about, I want to say 09. 09, I was just entering high school and shit. You know what I mean? The XXL freshman list that came out. And that was, by far, that was the best XXL freshman list that I can think of. I'm talking about the one that had Charles Hamilton on it. I'm talking about it had B.o.B on it. It had Currency on it. It had Blue on it. It had so many fire artists, and majority of them were, I'll say, conscious artists or people, you know what I mean, that had some shit to talk about. Now, they still had, you know, your swag artists in there and whatnot as well. This is the beginning of me even thinking about becoming a rapper and all that shit. And that, right in the smack dab of that was B.o.B. And B.o.B got his start in 08. So, boom, that's when he signed to T.I. and Hustle Gang back then. He had a deal before that with another music label, but then they did a joint venture with T.I. so that he could get over there with Hustle Gang, get him some more notoriety, you know what I mean, some more attention, and it actually worked. Shit. Bruno Mars, my boy, you gotta show some love to B.o.B, man, because he definitely showed you some love early in your career. He put you on that, nothing on you, baby. Yeah, and y'all niggas went crazy on that. I think that song went multiple times platinum. And he came directly after that with the Airplanes joint with Shorty from Paramore, and they went fire. Clearly, T.I. had done the right thing, aligning him with Hustle Gang. It skyrocketed T.I. as an executive, and this was a great time in music. I mean, shit, all of the people that I named had dope songs at the time, and this kind of opened the space for J. Cole to become big, Kendrick to become big. These were the early days of Drake and whatnot as well. So we getting so much good music at one time. Shit was beginning to bubble up, and B.o.B was taking advantage of that. His first album went 2 times platinum. I mean, nigga was in every place you could think of. I mean, the boy was so hot, he had Nicki Minaj and Taylor Swift on his second album. I mean, come on, man. He done worked with everybody from T.I. to 2 Chainz to Lil Wayne to damn Young Dro. Everybody in between. The boy has been everywhere. I'm surprised. Him and Wale, for sure, for me, are the 2 people that I feel should be on, like, well, I really can't say B.o.B, but Wale for sure should be on that Mount Rushmore. But of all of the like conscious rappers that I truly feel should have had a enormous career, which by their standards, I'm sure they probably feel like they had a large career as well. But I think things could have went so much better for them. But what happened? What happened with B.o.B? Honestly, well, 2014, B.o.B went on a little rant to talk about Atlantic, as well as, you know, the label and hustle gang that he was aligned with at the time, to say that, yo, y'all niggas not really supporting my music, they not promoting my tours, they not promoting my videos, none of that shit. So he really felt like I should be doing it by myself because I'm not getting the support from the place that I should be getting it, which is crazy with all of the people that I just named that he worked with. You know what I mean? So they were doing something. But I understand as an artist, you know, things can be different, you know what I mean? And when you're with a label, you expect certain things. You expect certain things of them. So maybe he wasn't getting what he expected out of the deal. But shortly after that, that led to him being dropped by Atlantic. And shortly after that, some of you may recall that he had a little conspiracy theory quest going on at one time. And we get into it. Hip-hop and conspiracy theories, well, conspiracies that end up becoming fact many a time go hand in hand. I mean, we done dealt with a lot of shit. We can go back to Public Enemy and whatnot and the things that they were saying in their music and shit, and many of people in between that would suggest that this is a base part of hip-hop. But when he started getting on his flat earth shit, not only did that brush some people, I won't say the wrong way, but a couple people kind of moved away from it. He also said some things in one of his songs called Flatline that definitely ruffled some people the wrong way, where he talked about the Jews, or he talked about Stalin and Hitler and some other touchy subjects that I ain't gonna say other people in hip-hop have not touched on before, but you know, we've been in a very sensitive era. So once that shit happened, you know, you can talk about these people, but once they come to cut your water off, it don't come back on the same way. You might get a little spritz or something like that, but you are not getting the full flow of water that you were getting before. And that's ultimately what happened to my boy. He ended up re-signing with Empire with a distribution deal and shit. He's made a lot of great music. He's been steady on his conscious shit. He's been giving hella music. I mean, he had a lo-fi album come out. He's still been dropping mixtapes. The boy has over 15 projects since 08. So, shit, which 08 is like 15 years. So consecutively, every year, on average, he has been dropping projects. So I commend him for that. I see he had, he posted on Father's Day, him and his 3-year-old child. So congratulations about that. He made a song for his child as well. He has a beautiful wife that I see him with all of the time. So definitely earned a follow from me on Instagram. I see you doing your thing. Shit, I'm right here in Atlanta, so I'm definitely gonna check out if you throw any more lo-fi, anime, video game events. You know what I mean? The boy out here podcasting, doing all kind of shit. So honestly, what happened? The nigga got away from some of the toxic bullshit of the rap game. He said some things that maybe he could have not said, but shit, hip-hop is expression. Hip-hop is expression. We are the niggas that take the chances and say the things that other people may be afraid to say, so that when they listen to our music, guess what? They have an opportunity to say those things out loud where they won't get blamed for it. You're welcome. So shit, shout out to B.o.B. Keep doing your mother-loving thing, my boy. And this has been another episode of What's good, Wildflower, and everybody out there in the interwebs. You already know who it is, Kid Poetry. If you ain't know, it's me. And we are back again with another What Happened To. Now on What Happened To, y'all already know what we do. We come back, give y'all a little something from back in the day, remind y'all what the hell happened. What the hell am I wearing? Well, today, I'm wearing this specific get-up because we taking it back to the early 2000s, you know what I mean? 2009, 2010, 2008. And around that time, you know, niggas had the Versace print, you know, they had the big glasses. But there was a specific cat that for some reason, I don't know, his gimmick was that he kept the shit over his eyebrows. He kept the shit over his eyebrows so much that the nigga had a chain with his eyebrows on it. I'm talking about his name even had his eyebrows in it. Who the hell am I talking about today? This man blew it up. We are talking about what the hell happened to Ron Browz. Now, for everybody asking, who the hell is Ron Browz? Ron Browz is the guy that you didn't even know you knew. Even Wildflower didn't know who this was. I had to remind her, man, y'all don't know Jumping Out the Window with this one. Man, this nigga has some fire songs. Oh my God. What was another joint he had? Oh, we pop champagne. Oh, we get A-Rap butter. Give me $20. Play it up. Give me $20. So Ron Browz. Ron Browz was a Harlem-based rapper. He got his start producing beats for Big L back in the day. Shout out Big L, R.I.P. After that, he then was a part of Flip Mode with Busta Rhymes. So you know he was real New York. If you ain't big on New York music, then it's possible you could have passed this. But the nigga was so hot at one time, man. He also got his biggest notoriety from making the Ether beat. If y'all ever heard Ether Boy, you know what I mean? He was letting niggas know that he had made Ether the hottest shit to go at Jay-Z. And you gonna have to remember that he went at Jay-Z. Now, mind you, he gave the beat to Jay first. Jay ain't used the beat. So he gave it to Nas. And when Nas used the beat, I mean, the rest is history, nigga. Ether became one of the biggest things to ever happen in the hip-hop community. So this nigga was just riding on the back of that. And that got him into the game, got him another deal in 08 where he was able to make some of these bigger records that we know and love. You know, your Pop Champagne, Give Me $20. And those joints were so big at the time, but what the hell happened? So at that time, we had everybody from T-Pain, we had Ron Browz, we had all kinds of artists coming out and utilizing auto-tune to the maximum. I'm talking about, you heard auto-tune every time you turn the radio on. Even Lil Wayne was getting his drops in there, you know what I mean? Out of love. He was getting his shit off. So Hov was like, man, this shit's getting real tiring, bro. This shit's getting real tiring. I'm tired of all these niggas with this microwave music. And he had to do something about it. Y'all already know what he did, nigga. D.O.A. He dropped that death of auto-tune on their heads, man. And it really shook the game up, which is crazy because in this day and age, you can't even imagine a song having that big of a change on music or hip-hop culture in itself. But when Jay-Z dropped that death of auto-tune, he basically set the tone straight. He let everybody know that we not on that shit no more. He might wear black for a whole year straight. It wasn't no more colors. Niggas wasn't doing the big Versace prints. Niggas wasn't doing the big shades no more. Fitted hats no more. Covering their eyebrows no more. Shit was weird out here, man. He was making everybody super adult and shit. Niggas wasn't having fun. Niggas wasn't jumping out the window no more. I don't even know why Ron Browz was telling us to jump out the window. But, yeah. Anyway, that nigga was hot, man. He was blowing shit up. So after that, the music game took a turn. We stopped hearing all of the auto-tune music shit. Even T-Pain, when it sat down, he felt some type of way when Jay-Z dropped that shit. But Jay loved him some T-Pain. But I think he was coming at Ron, man. He was coming at Ron because Ron dropped that motherfucking Ether beat over to Nas, and Nas Ether Jay-Z. And this shit came all full circle. He made sure to get that nigga the fuck up out of here. Now, did he get that nigga the fuck up out of here? Not entirely. You know what I mean? Ron is still dropping music. I'm sure he can go somewhere and still do Jumping Out the Window today. You know what I mean? But he might have to jump out of like one of them sugar glass windows or something to get the popularity back up. He gotta do something viral now. You know what I mean? We in the age of virality today. So could it happen? I think somebody could make one of his songs over, you know what I mean? Get my boy back into the forefront of things. Shit. New York doing some big things right now. It's possible. It's possible. But he's still doing a little something. He did get dropped from his label. He had his own Ether Boy label for a little bit too. You know what I mean? He was trying to make shit happen. But ultimately, when your biggest gimmick was covering your eyebrow, I promise you, nigga, I look at all the pictures of bruh. I cannot find a picture of him with his eyebrows out. Which is kind of weird. But I guess everybody gotta have a gimmick. But Ron Browz, you did your thing, man. I appreciate it. Your songs got a little repetitive. We fucked with you, you know what I mean? But you hopped your ass back out the window when Jay-Z dropped that DOA, bro. It happened. It happens, man. And shit. We still rooting for you, bro. But back to you, Wildflower.